with another episode. This is The Den of Thinking Men. Powered by Revolt, shot by CaliiVision.
Great CaliiVision.
Instagram at The Den of Thinking Men, and full episodes on YouTube. If you love the content,
Subscribe.
we got a guest here that it's probably gonna take you to do the same thing.
Yes.
You gotta subscribe. You gotta hit that button. You'll be a better person for it.
That's right.
Trust me. That being said, this is Edutainment. And today, we have very, very dear brother.
Illustrious guest.
Illustrious guest. Brother has done a lot of good things. On The New Girl. Drunk History.
Woke.
On Woke. I still don't understand why that show was canceled.
Me either.
Yeah,
I have no idea, but he's going to get into it. If you don't know who I'm talking about Mr. Lamorne Morris.
Welcome to the den.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank y'all for having me.
Brother,
Let's
thank
go,
you for
man.
showing up
Yeah, man. It's
with
showing
the
out.
chest out.
Oh, man, I had to do
You know what I'm saying? Brother's cold on him too,
brother.
y'all.
With the
Got the
soft-
arms pumping.
With a mustard cardigan.
I mean,
And I didn't even lift today. You know what I'm saying? That's afterwards. So I'm going to come back afterwards. We're going to do a before lift and after lift in this sweater.
Gotta go on the
absolutely.
gym.
Absolutely.
Looking good, brother.
So I always want to know, because there's so much going on,
Yeah, man.
how is your mental? How are you?
You know, how am I? It's a good question because it's like a roller coaster at times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you would like to believe that, you know, we live in California, so the weather's always nice.
Yeah.
You know, palm trees, women everywhere, and you go,
Right.
okay, this is great. However, real life hits you in different forms,
Yeah, it
and
does.
you
Right.
have to adjust, and you
Correct.
have to have a strong enough core to withstand the.
Indeed. Yeah.
And sometimes I don't. Sometimes shit will hit me, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
God, I can't handle this today.
Yeah.
You know, so today's a good day. You
Good.
know,
Good.
My daughter didn't wake up in the middle of the night.
That's right.
Screaming.
Amen, brother.
Right? So
How
I
about
slept. I had
Amen.
8 hours of sleep last night, which is awesome. So
Yeah.
Very cool.
today, and I'm here with y'all. So
Oh, man, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you for
this
coming.
is dope.
Thank you for coming.
This is dope.
So, my brother and I, we sit down in the office. They were preparing. He says, "Man, I'm driving up Sunset, and I look up, BMO, right there."
Yeah. Literally, I parked. I looked up. I'm like, that's my guy right there.
I mean, like
Hey.
you're like all over. I mean, you're everywhere.
It was like some Warren Beatty, Heaven Can Wait shit. It's like,
Oh my God.
my man.
Oh my God. So, my question to you is, how did that opportunity come about?
Man.
How did that happen?
You know what's interesting? In life, a buddy used to tell me, on your road to the top, you don't want to look behind you and see that you've left a mess.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So he's
That's
like,
deep.
whatever you're doing, you're trying to get better at it, right? So that's the ladder. You're trying to get
Right.
closer to whatever your idea of success is. You don't want to turn around and be like, man, I screwed this person over. I did that.
Right,
I messed up
right.
over here. It's like just try to just keep conscious of that. So whenever I'm working, I'm just kind to people. You know what I'm saying? As kind as I could possibly be. I treat people how I want to be treated. And in Chicago, back in the day when I started, there was a casting director named David O'Connor, who they helped me my first audition. They were coaching me through stuff. You know,
Wow.
I was like my mouth got dry in the audition. They went and brought me water.
That's
They
right,
were
that's
like,
right.
Just take it easy.
Yeah.
Cool,
They were
relax.
such a kind group of folks. And years later, New Girl, Woke, all these things, I get a call from David O'Connor. And he was like, hey man, there's this thing in town in Chicago. I'm not sure if you're doing commercial work or whatever the case may be, but you know, they're looking for, somebody to do a couple of spots. And I was like, well, so I sent it to my manager. You know, and my manager, Priya Satyani, is incredible. She, was dealing with the brand.
Okay.
And they worked it out in such a way where it became, a spokespersonship.
That's
where
awesome.
it was like, I think it started at maybe 2 commercials, and then and I've been doing them for years. I've been doing them in Canada.
Okay.
And in the Midwest. So all these billboards we're seeing out here in LA is new.
It's new here.
It's new here.
Right.
But it's been
dope.
all like I've been
So
going
you
back
like-
and forth to
like-
Canada and
You've been popping.
hey, man, I'm a Canadian superstar. You know what I'm saying? People think I'm Canadian. I go.
You popping.
I
You
love
popping.
I'll be both.
That's
you know?
so cool.
Absolutely.
It's cool.
So you being the face of BMO, my question to you, I mean, like you're not like the CEO of the company or the bank, but what does wealth mean to you?
Good question.
Well, I mean,
Is it spiritual, physical,
Yeah, that's
mental? Like, what is it to you?
yeah, I would say wealth is freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In
Talk that.
so many capacities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And It could be financial, you know what I mean? The freedom to live your life the way you, on your terms, and not be beholden to government this, or, you know, I can't do that because I don't have the money, or so sometimes it's good to free your mind financially. So spiritually, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Spiritually, if you are in touch spiritually, not only with yourself but to whatever higher power, and I believe in God.
Of course.
So if you're connected that way, you have the freedom of confidence in this world. You have the wealth of just abundance in your thought, your the way you think is more clear.
Yeah.
The way you communicate with people, you come from a different energy. Yeah. It's not always negative. You know what I mean? Because you're wealthy in that. You don't need to. It's almost like if you see like sometimes you'll see like a guy in a beat up T-shirt and like some holes in his jeans and like some flip flops, and then he pulls off in a Ferrari.
That's right.
Need to show it off.
That's right.
The car did it. You know,
the car did it.
The car did it. He could just
give yourself a watch.
Yeah, like one of my homeboys is like that. One of my homeboys, love him to death, man. He like when we used to go out, like he used to pull up in like with the holes in his sweatpants, some beat up Reeboks, and this man is rich.
Take what's long.
This man is rich. Yeah. He'd be like, yo, it's all good, dog. Once I hop in the Maybach, then it don't matter.
That's right.
It don't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
Now, is this in Chicago? Or is this?
That's here in LA.
That's in LA.
That's in LA.
Okay.
I know from New York.
No.
But he got a New York mentality of just like grind. But he's like, I'm gonna keep my appearance.
Absolutely.
I want to keep my appearance.
Yeah, and he can attract the right person.
Yeah.
So, brother, I'm gonna tell you something because I've been a fan of yours for years.
Same.
But when I saw the BMO, I was like, this brother has carefully calculated himself into the new, more refined Dennis Haysbert.
Oh, listen. How
about that?
Hey, bro,
I'll take that.
good hands with all state. I mean,
we talked about that.
we
because we don't really see a lot of brothers really representing those kind of companies.
Yeah.
You know, getting that kind of spokesperson, kind of get that knighting. That doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
Dennis Haysbert, I remember from Major
Wait,
League.
Excel.
Joe Boo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Major League. Okay,
absolutely.
that guy. I'm a baseball guy.
Yeah.
So it's been beautiful to see and to find out you've been doing it in Canada for years and across the country, but we're trying to get a taste of it in LA. That's dope. That's awesome.
Man. Yeah. It's been a blessing. It truly has been. You know, you're right. You don't see a lot of us doing it. You know, it's so what's funny is Kevin Miles, a fantastic actor who plays Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So him and I talk
he's
about
dope.
this all the time. Him and I always like, the other day I sent him a video. I was in Chicago and I was walking, and I was walking with a friend of mine, and she sees like a poster of me inside the store, and she's like, wait, is that you? And I was like, yeah, BMO. And she was like, oh, I never actually walked past and saw. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, you know, and started talking about it, and as we walked like half a block up, I see a big, like massive cardboard cutout of Jake.
Huge.
And I said, whoa. Yeah. And so I record, and I said, okay, so State Farm gives you this cutout. And I walked back to the little flyer. And he was like, you got to step your game up.
Wow.
Step your game up.
That brother's everywhere.
Everywhere.
But,
you know, it's a blessing. Yeah.
But was it in it? Were you intentional about like, you know what, that brother, I see that. I'm going to do that. Because, and the reason why I ask it is because there's a strike right now.
Yeah.
A lot of your, favorite people aren't working right now.
That's true.
But you are like staying in front of people because when things come back, you still got projects that are just going to pick right back up.
Yeah.
And like, since you're freshest on people's imagination, because we see you on Sunset, on La Brea, at the airport, like you're on TV, you're everywhere.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Like were you intentional about that?
Yeah, there's always a strategy. We discuss it, with my manager and the team and my lawyer, and we always talk about, when you're doing a deal, they say, hey, we're going to put billboards, or we're going to do this, and we always talk about strategically, what that would look like. I look at every job as the way to get the next one, and to set yourself up for success in a different one. And you have to do well at each one because you want to maintain that relationship with that. And so a lot of my jobs actually led up to BMO, which is interesting because it was an offer and someone thought of me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we mapped it out in such a way, and BMO did it beautifully. You know what I mean? I was sitting down with the CEO, Daryl Hackett, and he said, and he goes, I'm about to paint this town blue.
I like that.
And people have really responded well to it. Again, it's all about steps.
Sure.
Steps. So strategically, I would say it went beyond what I thought it was good.
It's been incredible.
I didn't know
Wow.
because it's all love from everybody.
It's been
You know what I'm
incredible.
saying? It's been nothing but love from everybody.
Yeah.
So, are there meetings that you have with Donald Glover and Damon Wayans Jr. that when you all talk about, you know what, we mean so much to our culture, but we have this ability to be, you all have incredible crossover appeal to where, like, if a white person is going to have a black friend, I want my black friend to be like Lamorne.
You know what's crazy? You know what's
Or Donald.
Yeah, I mean.
Do you understand the question?
I understand.
Like,
I do.
And we feel the same way about us.
Absolutely.
Damon and I are really close. Donald, we know each other. Sure. You know what I'm saying? We're acquaintances, and but whenever I see him, again, it goes back to you're talking about who that person is. The warmest, welcoming, nicest, kindest cat you'll ever meet. So whenever I see him, it's almost like we've been talking every day.
Like a mirror.
Yeah, he's always like, bro, he's super dope guy. But who you are internally a lot of times bleeds onto the camera. So
That's a good point. Yeah.
good people are just good people, and no matter what your ethnicity or race is, you gravitate towards light. You know, it's just like, oh man, that person, that energy is great.
Yeah.
Donald's got that energy. You know what I'm saying? So people hired him to cross in, to be everywhere.
Right.
Because everybody likes him. You know what I'm
True.
saying? The same with Damon. Everybody likes Damon. You know what I mean?
And everybody likes you?
And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
As you should be.
There is a level that I grew up on the south side of Chicago, rough environment.
Yeah.
You know,
No doubt about it. Yeah.
But then what was interesting is that my group of friends, even though we all grew up in the same neighborhood, you know, playing basketball in the same crate in the alley, you know, riding on each other's handlebars, you know, doing dumb shit all the time. Like,
no doubt.
We always had this kind of different outlook on life.
Right.
You know what I mean? We didn't get in trouble like that, even though we were surrounded by it.
Yeah.
We were surrounded by violence and surrounded by some BS. But my group of friends, for the most part, we were all straight.
Yes,
Some people played ball overseas. People own barbershops. People own this. People, you know, run that. All from the south side.
That's
all
awesome.
from the south side
So
of
you
Chicago.
were in it, not of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I moved. I moved to the burbs where the schools were just different.
Yeah.
The access to information was just different. You know, computers. I didn't have
Well
one.
funded.
Well funded.
Well funded.
There's random neighborhoods that don't have money for some reason.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
I wonder
right,
why.
right,
You know?
right.
A diverse school system.
Why aren't you all thriving? Because we don't have textbooks.
Yes.
And being in a diverse school system where you're going to school with all kinds of different folks, you learn so many different things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bro,
Yeah.
I remember a buddy of mine had to do. He was my science lab partner, and he said, "Hey, come to my house afterwards, and we'll work on the project or whatever." I was like, "Okay." I go to this man's house. I haven't seen a house this big in my life. At this point.
Wow.
And we get there, there's like 2 Mercedes parked
Oh,
in
yeah.
front.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, God damn, you know.
We
and
ballin'.
we get inside, and this is a cultural thing that I don't. Maybe it was just me. That he said, you want a sandwich or something? I said, cool. And he brought out deli meat that was in like the thin, like it was just wrapped.
Oh yeah, fresh.
From the hood, you know, we got the Oscar Mayer thing.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
was
You
peeled
pop that
back,
thing
peel
off.
the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
off.
yeah.
I was
Bologna
used
is
to
a
that.
first name.
Yeah. I'm looking at his meat like, his bologna had no name.
Right.
His bologna had a name 10 minutes ago before they cut
Right,
that motherfucker
right,
out.
right.
Stuck it in the-
Exactly.
I was
Exactly.
so confused, and it was roast beef that he had, and it was dripping, and I was looking at it like, what the fuck?
It was dripping what?
Like beef juice.
The juice.
The juice.
Oh, the
juice.
al juice.
Yeah,
The
the
juice.
al-
The
yeah.
juices and berries.
Are you serious?
I was like, and he was making this like delightful looking sandwich, and I didn't know what to think of it because the juice. I was like, no, I'm good.
cool.
The older I got, the more I realized that's the better version.
That's the best of the
Right.
That's the best right there than what you've been eating.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, that's a difference in just a difference in living 30 minutes away
How
from
about
where you
that?
used to
30
live.
minutes.
30
Isn't that
minutes.
wild?
That's wild.
It's wild.
30 minute
That's wild.
drive.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm
real.
saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. You just you absorb as much information as you can, and it starts to form who you are. From around that age of, I don't know, like 10 to like 15, you become pretty much the person you're going to be.
That's who you're going to be.
Right.
And you're like, and luckily for me, I had the best of all worlds. I had the old school folks at church that really kind of, you know, put their stamp morally on what's right and wrong.
Sure.
You know,
Right.
Yeah.
regardless of the environment.
Right.
You know, and then going to the new schools, you just get more information. And different, like you say, different cultures of folks.
It's incredible.
Indian friends, white friends, Jewish friends, Hispanic friends. I'm
kidding
like,
me?
man, everybody in here.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So,
But that makes for better everybody
Yeah.
when everybody's around.
yeah.
So speaking of background, are you what is your background? You because when I first saw you out there, this brother's either from Nigeria or he's from Ghana.
Yeah.
And it's such a big thing between the two of them, like with the jollof and all that. do you make jollof, by the way?
I don't make much. I make an amazing brisket. But
Okay.
besides
That's
that,
right.
So what is your background?
Parents born in Belize.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking
Grandparents,
about.
Yeah, also Belize.
Let me give you some love for the Belize and love. That's what I'm talking about. I like this guy even more.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that
then-
Central American connection.
It's like I'm in the middle, like, what
right.
about this guy?
Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
What, Detroit?
No,
But then before that, you know, a few generations back, Ghana.
Sure.
Ghana.
Yeah.
And then kind of all, moved,
Moved throughout the
slave trades
diaspora.
go.
Yeah.
So stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know, but Belize, man, that's
Belize.
that's it right there.
That's the homeland. Different kind of energy, different kind of people.
Oh yeah.
I went there several years ago, and just I try to explain the kind of environment it is because it's so laid back.
Yeah.
And if you go there, you definitely don't want to leave.
Yeah.
What was interesting when I was there, you saw a lot of colonizers coming in trying to buy up places, and
Yes.
it's what it is. It's happening in the city. It's happening everywhere. But from cooking a catch to this like zip lining and cave tubing, there's a different kind of energy.
Yeah.
And I did not want to come home.
Oh my
But
God.
that is the motherland. I mean, we have our motherland, but that's the treehouse.
Oh
so to
yeah.
speak. Yeah.
Amen.
When
Amen.
I went recently.
Yeah.
Just for the first time, my whole life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
You know,
In your entire life.
entire life.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, a lot of deep-rooted family stuff. I was kind of avoiding Belize.
Of course.
As much as, but but my grandma would go all the time.
Yeah.
My mom would go all the time. My
Yeah.
cousins, they always go. You gotta go.
You gotta go
I was
down
like,
there.
yeah, I'm gonna go one day. I'm gonna go. Unfortunately, I went because my father died.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry to
God
hear that.
rest.
Yeah, man. So when he passed, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna go. We're gonna make the most of it.
Yeah. A pilgrimage.
Right.
Yeah.
And shockingly, you go for a funeral, but it's just what you said. It's a great place.
It's awesome.
Yes,
It's awesome.
it's a great place.
Yeah.
So needless to say, you will be back.
Oh yeah,
You got to go back. You got to get down there.
I'm trying to go now. I'm trying to go every year.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And do probably more than that. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
like my getaway.
It's beautiful, and
Yeah.
it's an easy trip. It's not complicated. You can fly right into Belize City. It's smooth, man. The people are really friendly, and just obviously you can speak the language. It's dope,
Yeah.
and it's everything you want to find in a place to really visit. Everybody does their Jamaica, and I get all that. That's just maybe a sexier vibe, but there's more of a home feeling to Belize than it gives you. So the Belizeans that come to LA, and it's more here than anywhere in the country, they bring that same energy. The food's incredible, the music is crazy. You got to get down there. You
It's
can't
just-
wait
it's
for it.
just
You spend
a
too
point.
much time in Paris, man.
Yeah.
We gotta
I
get
mean,
you down to
and
that.
listen.
That's where the dollars are. Though.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So the next question I have is, we talk about Belize and how beautiful it is, but you're from Chicago. Chicago is a beautiful place too, but it's super cold.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about before we get to your acting credentials and all these other things you do. Like take me back to like young.
Southside Chicago.
Yeah, sound like what was that like? Like, cause
Pre-suburb.
whenever I've been,
We all went through that.
listen, I cultivated a deal with McDonald's for 2 years. And I went down there in the spring, I went down there in the fall. Two different situations, two different realities.
cities,
I was like, man, what is going on out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, but it is frigid.
Yeah, that's brutal. When I was a kid, I used to dream of leaving. And I was like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit every day. Every day I gotta walk backwards with my hoodie on.
Fighting like Cuba Gooding.
I know. I was heated.
Come true.
I'm not joking. I feel like I manifested an acting career because LA was the hub, you know what I
Yeah, it
mean?
was,
And
yeah.
it happens to be warm weather. It happens to be like we talked about palm trees.
Sure.
Right.
And as a kid, I remember having to go outside all the time, and like that was the thing. It was like go outside and play. I'd be like, but it's snowing outside. I was one of the older kids who was like not with it.
Yeah.
I was like, this shit cold. I don't get why everybody likes it so much. Snowball, that's ice in my face.
Right.
And then these dirty ass kids can be pissing in the snow. They're throwing pissicles.
Piss balls.
Balls
Exactly.
at me.
Right.
I'm like, this is not fun. Like this is why I got asthma.
Right.
And so are we not seeing the correlation here? Parents, and so I was always having these like fascinations of like warmer weather.
Right.
Like, so the summers were great.
The summers in Chicago.
Summers were great. We go to the beach.
Incredible.
You get the taste.
The taste.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
Incredible, brother.
It's like it's unlike any place that I've ever been. I've been all over the world. Summertime Chicago is different. Summertime Chi is great.
It's the best.
But then you're right. As soon as the winter comes around, you start to rethink your choices.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
And so I feel like as I got older, life kept. What's so funny is that I was always like warmer location. First big gig I booked was I was TV hosting for BET.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
05.
Okay.
And they sent me to New York. And I was like, I meant like warmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
send
slightly.
Me, this is it's like 5 degrees warmer in New York.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, send me somewhere else.
That's
And
the West.
2 years in New York, I was out. I was out, and I'm been in LA ever since.
Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was my next question. How did BET? How did that come about? Before we get to all the other stuff here, how did BET come to fruition?
BET. So in Chicago, actually everywhere, they did this thing called the New Faces Search, where they went and tried to find new talent. This is right when AJ and Free were done. I think Tigger might have been hosting 106 at the time.
That's right.
Wow.
So he was doing everything. Actually, Tigger was doing Rap City, 106 and Park. He
did all those shows.
My brother's Jamaican on the network.
Exactly.
Everything.
He was. Everything.
Yeah.
So they were looking for new hosts, new younger cats to do whatever, So they had all these big like cattle calls is what I call them. You know what I mean? When everybody in the city can come line up and audition. Well, I had an agent at the time in Chicago, and all my friends were going to wait in line to audition. Okay. So I was like, any way I can get in there without having to wait in line. And she said, as a matter of fact, yes, we were just on the phone earlier with the producers, and so a couple of our like signed talent can just go. So I was like, oh.
Awesome.
So the funnest part of the whole audition was as I was walking past that 6-block line, I would see my friends, and I'd be like,
you big dog.
Good luck, Playboy.
Sucks to be you right now.
Yeah, give me a hug, bro. You're gonna be out here for a while. I'll see you when I leave. And that was fun. But then I got in there and I got lucky because my brand of comedy at that time wasn't for everybody, but it was definitely for the person who was behind the camera at that time.
That part.
Wow.
And the person who was behind the camera at that time was Reginald Hudlin.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Reggie,
Exactly. Yeah.
Reggie is a funny person.
He really witty.
Very witty, very left of center,
Very much
obscure
so.
sense of humor. I think he did Second City just like I was doing at the time. And so I got lucky because they gave me the host copy, which was a countdown. Okay. Coming in at number 5, we got Mary J. Blige with this, and coming in at number 4 is Keisha Cole, and we had to do that whole thing. But I was like, that's just not my energy. Yeah. I'm not that cool. Like I'm not like Tigger. I'm not like Terrence J. Right. So I was weirder, and so my whole thing is even when I'm auditioning to this day is I can't give you what you might be looking for specifically, but I can give you the best version of what I know how to do.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then you got some options. You got I got this guy who can do this, and this, and then I got this guy who can do this, and this. So it's a clearer cut. It's not like what I can't do is I can't fake being 6'5". So if I'm going to, if it's a basketball movie and we need somebody who's 6'5", the one thing I can't fake is height. So they might hire the guy who's 6'5".
That's probably gonna get the gig.
Exactly. But I have some other skills just in case you want to switch it up a little bit.
Right.
So that's what I did going into this, and I just started making fun of their writing. I was like doing bits in between reading. I was like, at one point I'm like, I can't take this seriously. So I was like, so coming in at number 5, Mary J. Blige, No More Drama. Is it me or is this bitch always mad? I said, Mary, you are rich. You are still angry. And all of a sudden, just like that laugh.
Oh my God.
Behind the camera, this is dark. Behind the camera, all you hear is, cut, you're good. Get out of here.
I love it.
And I was like, oh, all right. I didn't know if I got the job or not.
Yes.
Wow.
Literally 2 seconds into it, he said, get out of here. They called me back, flew me to New York.
That's dope.
Me, Terrence J. Alicia Renee, Roxy.
Roxy. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Roxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and my buddy Shay Ming Martinez. So we all got hired.
I know Shay.
You know Shay?
I know Shay.
Shay was part of
Yeah, I
our.
know Shay. That's my guy. Shay Mean is my dude.
Shay Ming, yeah.
Oh, we go back about. It's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
I've known Shay since '99. Really good dude.
Really?
Still out here doing his thing.
Yeah, man.
I used to call him a mega raw. Cool dude. He
Cool.
used to rap a little bit. Shay Mean,
Yeah,
that's my
super
dude.
cool. Funny thing about Shay was when we were doing an audition, he would always so everybody was like showing up and focused to like get the job, right? Everybody was like focused to work, and we used to make fun of Shay Ming. We were like, no, Shay Ming showed up to fuck. Like this nigga was
There's some cornrows and shit. Yeah.
tight. He had a baby oil on. He'd walk in with sleeveless shirt on. I'd be like, nigga, if you don't, nigga.
Like the Entitled video.
Hey,
And Shay's a little guy, but Shay's smooth. When he come in on some Puerto Rican shit, on the cornrows, all
my
tight,
God.
headband.
That is
I'm like,
hilarious.
Shay came to fuck. Nigga, what nigga? Nigga, we trying to nigga. It's just so we
Shay
had,
Mean, he gonna get a kick out of this. I'm
I
gonna text
know.
him.
Oh my God. Well,
go.
now I got to see who this brother is.
Cool
Oh,
cat.
yeah,
But
cool.
What are your questions for this brother? Because I got a laundry list.
No,
so
you know me. I just love the
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I found out that you're a big basketball fan. Well, sports fan in general. I'm a baseball player.
Okay.
Played all my life. Obviously, vertically challenged. My 5'10" couldn't get me in the league.
Yeah.
But I love basketball, and I'm figuring from Chicago, you must have been, Bulls had to be a squad. And you came up in a time when they were dominant. Like
Oh
you
my
were
God, yeah.
like a high school, middle school, when they were having a hell of a run.
Yeah.
How was that? What was that like?
Unlike anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, the problem with it though is that it spoils you.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
MJ?
Bro,
Had to.
It's Michael. Like what? you grow up in that. You walk around like you like.
Yeah.
Like you are the
like,
NBA.
yeah,
Right.
you the NBA. You know what I mean? Like I would argue with cats. I remember the first time I got into an argument, which was weird. It was like God rest his soul. It was a Kobe Michael Jordan argument.
Sure.
But this was in Chicago, and I was confused that there was this cat who was like, "No, Kobe's the greatest player of all time." I mean, we were waiting in line to go see a movie, and somebody was saying it, and everybody turned around and was like, "What?
In Chicago, you saying this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even watch it. Like what?
Right.
Kobe's trying to be Mike."
Literally.
Yeah, that's who he cloned his game after.
Yeah.
And so I remember the first time getting into that debate with this random cat in line.
Yeah.
And he started bringing up some pretty good points. So it started changing my perspective on just the fact that perspective is a thing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I live in Chicago, so that's such a crazy
Absolutely.
thought to
Yeah.
say anybody's better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Especially when you're witnessing dominance at such a high level.
At that
for
level.
so
Incredible
long.
level for years.
And it made me more of a fan of the debate element of who is in fact, it is the exact reason why I say LeBron is the greatest player of all time. And it's one, I believe it, but two, I love the debate.
banter.
I love the
it
back
gets
and
spirited.
forth about it.
It gets spirited.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
go, "You from Chicago?"
Yeah.
And I think back to the kid in line
Yeah.
when he said Kobe was the greatest.
Yeah.
And I go, "Man, LeBron's the greatest," and people want to kill me.
Yeah.
But I like the spirit of the why do you think this is? Why do you think this
Right.
is? And why do you think And I've swayed some people over the years. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
listen, man.
I've
Yeah.
swayed some people.
The thing is, we can always agree to disagree.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean?
No doubt about it.
But my question for you, speaking of baseball, White Sox or Cubs?
White Sox.
He's Southside, White Sox.
Yeah, it's White Sox.
So-
But
so-
my mom is the Cubs fan.
I was just about to ask,
Yeah.
are there any African American people who are Cubs fans?
Yeah, there's a few.
Michael Wilbon. There's a couple guys. There are some guys who go on the north side.
Right.
No, it's a lot. You know what's
Yeah.
funny? I went to my first Cubs game recently.
Yeah.
And this year, I went to my first Cubs game, and a lot of black folks there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of black Cubs fans.
Because I mean, like,
Wrigley Field is cool.
like
Yeah.
whenever I
Wrigley
see
Field is a
us,
cool vibe.
Yeah.
we're always in socks.
Always.
Whether it's Don C,
Yeah.
or if it's, I mean, like Michael Jordan, I saw him in the Cubs, but Bo Jackson played for the Sox. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Well, MJ was in the minor league for the Sox.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
oh, he
The
sure
Bears, I think
was.
it was.
He
Am I
sure
correct?
was.
Sox.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
was.
think so.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
But I think the thing is about the Sox is it's a sleeker look. It's like wearing a Yankees fitted.
Yeah, it is.
It is
Yeah,
fire,
no matter
though.
what, you
The
can
black
wear
and
Yankees
white.
fitted.
That's
You can wear
right,
the black
yeah.
and white,
SOX.
anything,
Yeah, because Ice
Fire.
Cube used to rock the Sox hat.
It's a few brands like that. It's
Yeah.
teams: Raiders, Yankees, Sox.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? It's like a
Yeah.
very neutral color.
Yeah.
Can go with anything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the reasons why
Yeah.
a lot of cats rock the gear at least.
Yeah.
But you know, Southside is big. It's a big part
Oh,
of
brother.
It's the biggest part of Chicago.
Okay.
Is the Southside. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man, big time.
So I want to ask you, because I'm a designer, he's been in fashion for many years. What does fashion mean to you?
Yeah.
comfort.
Yeah.
That's what
Hey
it means
man,
to me.
has it always meant that?
Inadvertently. I didn't know that's what it meant to me. I used to tell people I was fashionably stunted when I was coming up, because when I first started at BET, it was my first introduction to like fashion.
Or like having a stylist or somebody dress you, pay attention to that. Right.
A cat once told me, why am I forgetting his name? Dope stylist. Though he would show up dressed better than anybody that you ever seen.
How about that?
And he would be dressing us, and it's like no matter what you put on, you ain't gonna look better than him.
Right.
Because a part of it was he was comfortable enough to wear some outlandish things.
Yeah. But
he brought the way he walked.
Yeah.
It was like, he can make it work.
He can pull it off.
He can wear a Little League chest protector if he wanted to. Niggas would be like, oh, see the chest protector he got on? He got on
You got to start the
mean
trend. You
chest
see Kevin Son something like, that's right.
And so he said something to me. He was like, I didn't know, because when I would show up to work, I would show up in sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And like a jacket.
Oh, my
and
Lord.
I was super comfortable in it.
That part.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me one time, he goes, when I wake up in the morning, you know, it's hard enough to, sorry, I'm doing my bad New York accent. He's like, it's hard enough to outdress, he's like, it's hard enough to outdress cats on my block.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, imagine I gotta outdress an entire borough. He's like, so when I wake up in the morning, he's like, I'm thinking about how I can outdress this entire borough before I leave.
Yeah.
He's like, so when I leave the borough, I'm representing the borough.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's a bar right there.
Yeah.
That is a bar. That is a bar.
Yeah, I see this cat, you know, and obviously I'm with him all the time. And there are days I walk in the office, I'm like, damn, let me go back. You know, I'm like, this guy. Because to your point about this guy, some people can pull off things other people can't. It doesn't hurt this cat 6'7". It always looks cool on tall, lean cats, like he's in the league. But stylistically, nobody can fuck with Boz. He's incredible.
I appreciate
We all
that,
know
brother.
This is
I
this
appreciate
guy.
that.
I'm just sloppy fresh is what I
I
do.
appreciate that.
Right, that's what I try to do. That's how I get that. Sloppy fresh. But the rest of this cat is smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always talk about like the fashion journey because that's our background, and it's always, you know, it's kind of like music. It's so personal to people. Like how do you dress affects what you listen to, how you move. You can tell a lot about how somebody moves by how they dress.
Right.
And I'm just curious about that. That's
Oh
good.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable because even now, and also, you know, there's a lot of things that go into it as well. I wasn't comfortable wearing certain things because I was also out of shape, and I wasn't.
You were?
Yeah, that came internal.
When were you out of shape? What show were you doing?
I'm saying.
So I mean, so we can pinpoint this.
Go back to watch like a few seasons of New Girl and that.
Are
During
you
that time.
kidding?
Like, bro, I was out of shape.
When you was Winston?
Yeah.
Hold on. So you telling me when you and JB Smoove did that scene, you were out of shape?
Well, not necessarily that one. I was in a good weight then. But there are times where, in fact, it was a running joke that I had come back, like there was no off-season training camp. I came back like Sean Kemp when he came back.
When he was on the Cleveland Cavaliers?
A little James Harden.
Yeah, a little bit James Harden trying to get out.
Trade me.
Yeah, trade me James. That's what I looked like. I had the belly, and it was like, and I could see it in my face. I felt like shit.
Yeah.
I went through a bout of depression. I didn't know why.
Sure.
Like life was great. I mean, you know, life was really good. So I was
Right.
like, damn, why am I I was like a 2-month period where I say low, and the thoughts going through my head were so weird. It was almost like somebody like injected me with something. Some
Are
sort
you
of
serious?
out of nowhere. It was, in fact, we were filming with Prince.
Yeah. Remember that episode?
That's one of the greatest accomplishments. It might go up there as number one to say that I worked with Prince.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite.
I was in the most depressed state that I could have possibly been in, and I don't know why. And so somebody told me, they said, hey man, you just gotta eat better. Like you gotta it's what you put into your body that's what's gonna affect your mind. He's like, and if it's not that, then maybe go see somebody. But right now, I would just change your diet, just lose some weight.
Wow.
I started exercising, I started changing my diet. And I never, them thoughts, that depression never came back.
Just fade away.
And I was like, oh, you know. So whenever I put on too much weight, I go back to my trainer, my guy Eddie. My guy Eddie gets me right.
Yeah.
We start eating better. I start cutting sugar. I start cutting alcohol, and you know, I get clear again. And that's what made me feel comfortable putting on certain things because I felt good. I felt like, and then I felt like, oh, I look good in this because you know I've been working out a little.
That's
bit.
right.
You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
My arms might look a little bit defined.
Right.
I'm strong.
Out here, brother. Out here.
So therefore, I feel okay to do it. You know, because but it has to start internally.
It really does.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, you put this cat's out here. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I've seen them wear some obscure shit.
Yeah.
And I go, But do you see the energy
confidence.
and the confidence that they walk around with?
Yeah.
You go, hey,
Listen.
I want to hang out with that person.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's some questionable looks.
Exactly.
In the
Right.
Southlands. I'm like, how do you pull this shit off?
My God.
Okay, he's got to be confident. About this.
You walk
And
around
his
like,
color pattern. I'm like, man,
exactly. What is
a
that?
lot of questions are being asked right now.
Is that a hardwood jacket? What is that? Where did that come from?
I'm still circling back to the chest protector.
Oh yeah, the chest protector.
So it is rumored that every room in your house has something to do with basketball.
That's why I asked, man.
What where did that come from? And then we got to talk about opening night last night, NBA. So so one, is that true about every room?
Yes.
And how did that come about?
Accidentally, actually. You know, it wasn't really planned that way. I just knew so when you grow up as a kid, you know, you want certain things. You're like, oh, man, I really want, like, Mom, can I get a basketball hoop to put on the door?
Right.
My mom was like, no, be creative. So what I did was I took a wire hanger,
I'm about to say.
turned it into a circle, fold the end, put it in the door, close the door,
Yeah.
and then you got yourself a basketball hoop in your room.
Wow.
And she didn't have to go buy one.
That's right.
It works the exact same
Yeah.
way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My
Right.
jump shot still ain't shit, but you know, you know, it's all good. I had fun as a kid. And then you grow and you expand on that, right?
Yeah.
So you get older, you start making a little bit of money, and you're like, well, I don't have to ask Mom for this hoop. I can just go.
I can go get that.
I get my first house. I'm like, I want to put a basketball hoop in the back.
Yeah.
I just went to the store and I got one.
That's
I was
right.
like, oh. Then you just collect certain things and you go, where am I gonna put this? Like, I got this art. I have like 4 different pieces of artwork that I got all from. One of them was custom, and then the other like 3 were from like the flea market.
How about
that
that?
you get? It's like a picture frame. Like one of them I have is a picture frame. It's gold on the end, and it's like a pink velvet backboard with a gold rim and
Jesus
a
Christ.
gold net.
This is the art piece, right?
It's an art piece.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's an office.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
yeah.
got one. I mean, in the garage, there's a basketball hoop on the wall. In the garage, in the front yard of my house, there's a basketball hoop.
So just in case you want to get
Backyard.
shots up, so you're getting shots up like so. I also heard that Drake has a basketball hoop in his room. So if he just wants to wake up and just get some shots up, he can get them up. So are you that same way? Like you just getting shots up? Is it a Canadian thing to have hoops everywhere?
Yeah, us Canadians, we love our hoops. Shout out Jamal Murray, fellow Canadian, I think.
Bruh,
That's all they get.
bruh, yeah.
So yeah, it just became like I have a artwork about the size of this. You know, it's like 6 feet by something, big thing. But it's black and white of a basketball court in a housing project in Hong Kong.
Wow.
This is random.
Yeah,
Pick,
that's
but
dope.
it looks sick. You know what I'm saying? And that's in the living room.
Yeah.
Massive piece.
Wow.
And little small little things. You know, I got like a Michael Jordan bobblehead in the kitchen in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
love that.
So like,
Just homage to the
It's
hoops.
themes everywhere.
things everywhere. Magic Johnson's jersey in one room, LeBron's in the other. You know, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. When you go in a room, you're gonna know this person's a basketball.
He likes
fan.
hoops.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the start of the NBA season was last night.
Oh boy.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
We got a lot of things, but like so we want to talk about you, but
Oh man.
we also got to address these things.
We
Well,
do.
first of all, I'm assuming. I mean, the Bulls they haven't played yet. I don't know what kind of season they're going to have. They've been rebuilding since Mike left the building.
Yeah.
Right.
He was forced out of the building by Jerry Krause.
We all know what happened in '98, '99. Don't get me
Yeah.
started. Money on the line.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, as a young homie, I let him run it back. Come on, the last dance. Shit, let's keep dancing.
Right.
But as Laker fans, what's AD doing out there, man? What's AD doing? Who's your squad though?
My squad's the Lakers.
Come on. What's
It's the
AD
Lakers.
doing out
And I mean,
there?
you live in Los Angeles. It's such a historied franchise.
Yeah.
I'm doing work with them right now. Hello, Jeannie. Hello, Linda Rambis.
Linda Rambis, shouts out
Hello,
to Linda.
Octavia.
Hey, y'all.
Listen,
Jeannie
I don't
Buss.
know y'all, but hey, y'all.
Jeannie Buss, shout
Can
out
we
to
know
Jeannie
each
Buss.
other? Can we be friends? Can we please?
Can I get some tickets?
but the thing is, when I was watching the game last night, I just saw the utter disdain in LeBron's face.
He's frustrated.
He was just like, man, for real?
You know what it is? There was a look. First of all, I think when AD's playing, like AD is the best player in the game.
When he's playing.
When he's playing like he's
yeah,
playing, he's the best player. Shout out Chicago.
Yeah.
He is.
Shout out Chicago.
Oh, big time.
He to me when he's on top of his game, I'm like, that's the best player in the
Yeah.
and that includes LeBron.
Period.
Especially at this age LeBron's in, I'm like, oh, AD is doing everything. You know, so but he don't always play that way.
Very rarely.
Last year, if you go in the finals, there was a play where the game was close and there was about 50 seconds left. They just threw the ball to Joker at the top. He came in and just bullied AD. He just went boom, 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 and just tossed it in. And then LeBron, I'm not sure if you noticed, LeBron gave AD a look. He went like this.
Right.
You can't get that though?
Right.
Like he's not athletic?
Yeah, because AD can get that.
Yeah,
and it was like,
Yeah, come on, man.
Shit there.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Absolutely.
But, you know, I guess you're tired and whatever. I can't speak for him. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I saw that look that LeBron gave him, and I was like, damn. But then, you know, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1.
Come on, man.
Joker
Game
come
1
back
of
like,
82.
Ring night?
Because
make a
statement.
statement.
It don't look like Joker should be able to do that to you. I think there's a little bit of denial, I think, with the rest of the league.
Yeah,
I agree.
He's not athletic. Like this guy's kind of doughy. He's hella skilled. I mean, it's incredible.
The guy, you know, I'm telling you, I don't think this is where the Lakers messed up.
Mm-hmm.
When you get rid of Dwight Howard.
That was listen, we got a lot to discuss in a little bit of time.
You got rid of
JaVale
Dwight
McGee
Howard.
back at this point.
Bro.
I'm like, why would
JaVale
you do
McGee, yeah.
Is Andrew Bynum still out there?
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't hard.
You're right.
Because Joker is strong.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody stronger than Dwight Howard.
Correct.
Dwight Howard's
Correct.
jacked and strong
Correct.
and intimidating. He can jump out of the gym.
That part.
Right.
When they played in the bubble, he
handled him.
He was a force.
He
Joker.
handled
He
Joker.
was a force.
So I was like, okay, you keep him.
Yeah.
You say, in fact, you don't let him get off the bench until you play Denver.
Yeah.
Right.
Let him rest
Yeah.
so he can
Right.
give, because Joker he can do everything, so he's hard to guard.
Yeah, it's tough to guard.
He's tough to guard, man, and can't nobody in the league hold him. You know what I'm saying? Like triple-double opening night, 30 something. I'm like, come on.
It's a layup, but I tell you what, AD is disappointing. He just signed that extension, getting about $60 million. I'm like, man, the problem with him is the lack of consistency is troubling.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. Somebody that great has that ability, who shows flashes of brilliance and then just vanishes.
Bro.
We're not used to seeing that in this town. I'm sure you're not in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. And you from the Chi-Town delivered some great ballers. Isaiah. Mm-hmm. Is Jimmy Butler from Chicago? Mm-hmm. He's a dog. Yeah. What's AD doing, man? And LeBron's disgusted. He was disgusted last night. Like, I can't do much more than this, man.
Yeah, he looked
we
very
saw him
much
a few weeks ago looking ripped up at the shoot.
Yeah.
He looked like he was ready to ball that day.
Yeah.
The thing about LeBron is he always stays ready.
Yeah, he does.
He's always.
Always.
Talk about his off-season regimen, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's a testament to me, longevity is a big factor when I say he's the greatest player of all time.
Absolutely.
That's a big factor because he's always been good the whole time.
The whole time.
Players who've been playing this long, I think they were showing like what Vince Carter's average was. Or
in his 21st year.
He started to have like 10 a game.
Yeah.
8 points a game.
Yeah, like you're averaging 2 points a game, and you're like, okay, that's cool. It's hard to do in the NBA.
Sure.
You know, you're still amongst the greats. However, 2 points a game, you know, that's about right for somebody in 38,
in his
22nd
year. Right.
LeBron averaged 30 last year.
That part.
I
On like 50% shooting.
And so I'm thinking, trust me, like, I don't talk to LeBron all the time, but I'm thinking, he's thinking, if I'm putting forth this effort, brother, you got to match me.
Yeah.
Specifically, if this is your team,
This is your squad.
this is your squad, bro, you got to show up.
Yeah.
And in reference to Dwight, there are 30 teams that passed on him. There was some information that came out recently about, you know, all some other things that we're not going to get into. But I think his off the court situations are keeping him out of the league. Because if I'm the Lakers, I'm having him on the team just to sit there.
Yeah.
Just to chill until we play like Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
When we play the Joker, like he calls himself. Remember Joe Dumars used to call himself the Jordan Stopper. Remember that? Jordan still averaged 38.
Yeah.
But he made it difficult on him.
Yeah,
But-
you got him tired.
But each of those points
fouls.
were difficult.
Yeah.
Like you need to have somebody who's a stopper, because the last thing you want is a disgruntled Bron, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think what they tried to do is maybe they thought Christian Wood was going to be the person that's going to help.
Christian Wood can't
defensively.
guard him, bro.
He can't stop me in the paint.
I feel like literally, I think the only person who can stop him is Dwight Howard.
Come on.
Dwight, whatever you're doing in the offseason, stop it. I don't know. Or just do it more secretively. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Agreed, bro.
Your business is your business. However,
Agreed.
we need you.
We need him.
We
Yeah.
need you.
It's going to be a long season.
Dwight
It is.
Howard is still a monster to me. And
I agree.
I didn't understand why he wasn't playing. I was like,
I agree.
Listen,
I agree. I agree.
He goes over. He goes to Asia and is just destroying.
he's killing it.
I saw a game where I think he had like 50 rebounds. I said, wait,
Yeah.
what? And the Will Chamberlain is going?
Yeah. So I now want to like pour back into you. Woke, one of my favorite TV shows.
It's a great show.
Thank you.
How did that show come about? Why is it? I mean, I understand because it's a strike. There's nothing happening.
Yeah.
But why is that show specifically not around?
Man, so Woke came about the regular way. You know, the script goes around and everyone's reading it, and you're trying to get an opportunity to audition. And I wanted a meeting with and I was coming off a New Girl, so I was kind of like picking and choosing. There's some scripts that came by that I passed on, and I want to be really, really, and at that time I wanted to be really intentional about the job that I picked, and not just get a job because the money was good or because it was funny. I was like, no, I want to move the needle for somebody, and the show had a political presence that was representing a type of black folk that we didn't talk about a lot.
Correct.
You know,
Indeed.
Correct.
nerdy cartoonists,
Right. Yeah.
left,
Educated.
you know, like educated.
Imagine that,
like
right.
very,
We do exist.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like we had types, and we weren't expressing this type.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when I read the script, I said, man, this actually mirrors my life in a lot of ways. This guy, you know. And so I had a meeting with the director, and I auditioned, and it was the longest audition of my life. I think I was in that audition room for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and Mo Marable, shout out to Mo Marable, and the whole Woke team, the whole writing team, Keith Knight, the guy who I got to play, brilliant guy, man.
Yeah.
Marshall, everybody, you
it's a
know,
great
they were
show.
all just really, and they were intentional about casting. That's why it took them a long time.
Right.
There was other cats who had the job before me. It was a lot of like we moved a lot of showrunners around, so it was a lot of because you're dealing with such a interesting subject matter. It's also about a real person.
It's got to be spot on.
It's got to be spot on.
Yeah.
You got to still have some of that authenticity towards his life. So there was a lot of back and forth about what we're going to actually shoot. So you know, the final product I thought was great. It
was incredible.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if it came down to ratings or money or whatever the case may be, because what's funny about it is that once we announced that we were getting canceled, the show picked up a new audience.
That's what always
Of course.
happens, right? Yeah.
And it was like, oh,
That's when I
everybody
jumped
loves
on, to be honest with you.
it. Yeah, everybody was like, wait, what? Oh, let me go check it out to see. And they were like, the show's great.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, wait, what? Why is this?
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
going
because y'all
for
double
13?
GAs didn't watch it.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch. Y'all gotta when you scrolling through Hulu or Netflix or whatever these called, and you see the thumbnail and it has a black dude's face on it, just watch it just for the hell of it. Just start watching it.
I mean, we tune in all this other buffoonery.
Yeah, watch everything else.
Correct.
Don't skip over that.
Yeah.
Just click, okay, we gonna play it.
Yeah.
I honestly don't give a damn if you play it and walk out the room. Just
keep it on.
It's on the
Keep it
box.
on.
Turn it on and let it ride. And let it ride.
Take a shower during.
Yeah.
Keep it on.
So I would say maybe that's why.
Yeah.
You know, and in a day like today, I genuinely think, you know, maybe I'll get a call, maybe I won't. I feel like I'm gonna get a call that someone's gonna be like, hey, let's do a third season.
Yeah.
Because the third season ideas that Keith Knight had were great. You know what I mean? Like I was ready to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it just didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Such a timely show, though.
Yeah.
It's so important in a time like this. Sometimes I feel like we talk about this all the time. When we have those positive depictions of our culture, they give us a little test and then they pull them. Partly because we don't watch them as much as we should, and then partly because I feel like we're threatening to show us in that kind of light that's more educated and more refined.
Yeah.
We need projects like that,
Yeah.
and there just aren't enough. We have these long conversations about the music and the ratchetness of that, and sometimes I feel like they get off my lawn, cat. You know, because there was a time when I was kind of running the streets too, but we need a little bit more substance right now.
Yeah.
It's a really tenuous time.
Absolutely.
So we got projects like this, they got to bring that shit back.
They have to.
I'm calling
They have
somebody.
to. And you know, a lot of ideas are recycled, and
Yeah.
this is great because it came from a person's real perspective.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? And it's in his ongoing perspective, so it's always changing. It's never gonna feel Like, I mean, even the subject matter. My character is talking to inanimate objects,
Right.
cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
With the dope, the little Rails playing a voice, that's an entertainer.
Crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? Eddie Griffin, all these different cats that's playing characters. And you're like, yo, this show is great. You could, JB Smoove plays my marker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, man.
So you're like, yo, this is fun. This is great. I haven't seen this type of thing before.
No.
And it's actually, and when you watch it and you pay attention, you go, oh, I see what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it or don't.
Right.
Like, I watch political shows that I might agree with somebody, I might not.
Yeah.
I just like to hear perspective.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Basketball debate shows. I like to hear Skip Bayless, even though I don't like Skip Bayless. I like to hear Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
I want to hear what negative shit he gonna say about
LeBron. He hates LeBron.
I wanna see
Yeah,
why.
he goes in.
So I tune in religiously.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think a show like this, you're right. It should still be around.
Yeah.
I just don't know why.
Do you think it will get picked up somewhere else?
I think it has the opportunity to, for sure. I don't know the deal with the production and what when they originally signed, what they're allowed to go and do. But you know, I've been in this business a long time. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me because you know, again, we run out of material.
That part.
Say word.
That's a problem.
Especially material of well-educated African American people.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with some people and they said, well, you know, people won't watch that. Well, if it's built and it gets the same money that, say, a Ratchet situation gets, you'd be surprised what we're capable of as an audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
Look at this. Everybody knows who these housewives are.
Yeah, which ones? Which city?
Exactly. It's so many cities, you know what I'm saying? Real Housewives of Pomona. You know, like, man, they got, man.
Okay, first of all, you're not even from here, and I love that you called out Pomona. I think only you and Sugar Free know about Pomona.
Sugar Free. Shout out Sugar Free.
If you say ready,
Shout out Sugar Sugar.
Shout out Sugar Free.
Shout out Sugar Free. But your point.
Yeah. So you got shows like that they put a lot of money behind because a lot of times it's showing. And this is no knock on the Housewives. I think I actually got a chance to meet some of them.
Hell of a friends.
It's great people. It's just an entertaining show. The conflict is what sells.
Yeah.
This person's beefing with this person. This person's mad at this person. It's always negativity that's kind of pushing that
narrative.
The narrative. You know what I'm saying? And but then you go and watch the show. They got people who are friends. They do nice dinners. They do. But when they show them commercials, it's
bro, they spitting on each other.
No.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
People go, well, let's watch that.
That's too nasty.
And then you got a show that's showing black folks doing positive things and like the inner workings of what a black person might go through.
Yeah.
That's
You know
why I
what
was
I mean?
genius.
Yeah, and you go, and how did I come to this conclusion to be a activist? Like,
Right.
I didn't just wake up and want to do that.
That's true.
Something happened to me,
Yeah.
and it was sending me over here, and I didn't want to do it, and I didn't think race was a real issue in America. And then it's like, there's folks like that who exist who are like,
Big time.
race is not an issue. And then, and whether they can believe that, whether it is an issue or not, that's just their perspective. And I want to hear it. I want to see it. I want to see
I
why.
want to see more of that.
And how you've transformed. And they don't necessarily want to showcase that.
How about
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's he sends me a lot of Instagram like videos and things. There's his brother who is very conservative, African American dude.
Yeah.
I forget what his name is, but he said, black people, I want you all to understand, you can't play your music loud, smoke weed in public, act like you have no class, and expect people to treat you as a dignified human being. And I was like, wow.
He's like, yeah.
I understand what he's saying because, like, you just get to a point. I'm 48 years old. He's talking about the get off your lawn guy. Like, when you start to have children and then you move into the other part of your life where you're buying property and doing all that stuff, it's like you come into the knowledge, you come into the understanding very quickly. There's so much being placed on that side of blackness, which is why when I see you on the BMO or see the projects that you've chosen, it means so much to me because
That's right.
like we get a chance to get a little bit of a spectrum.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like white people, Jewish people in the entertainment industry, they get a full spectrum of
They
themselves.
get it all.
Yeah.
They get it all.
We just get like,
Yeah, we get that one
That's
little,
it.
Come on, man.
Either the athletic person or
come on, man.
you know, he fucking all the bitches.
Yeah.
Like, he fuck all the bitches, or this nigga shooting all the niggas. He fucking all the bitches, or he shooting all the niggas. That's the two.
He's perfect for that role.
I want to play a guy who can't get laid. I just want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to play the guy who gets shot. So, yeah. I don't know, man. It's interesting because you want to be able to play all these characters, you want to do all these things, but sometimes it's like, well, the Matrix wants us to.
That's how it is.
Yeah, play a nigga.
All the bitches, shoot all the niggas.
Like, all right, if I got to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But what was the first part of that question? There's something you
Well,
said.
I would just bring it to your attention that it's just very pleasant to have your image up for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Not just the cornrow, the tattoo, on the face,
Tattoos,
till the casket drop, tattooed in, Mandarin on your neck.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that part of us exists.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like I said on the show, after I saw the season finale of Snowfall, which is a great show, I said, we don't need another movie, another TV show about the distribution of cocaine in African American communities.
Yeah.
We don't need another one.
I think we got that locked down.
Yeah.
We we got that locked down. I mean,
got a
like,
reference material there.
can we see a love story?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Exactly. I missed the black rom-com days.
We grew up with the best ones.
Like, I just miss those days of, like, Jamie Foxx doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you got Tisha Campbell, you got Vivica Fox, you got those were the movies that you were like, that still hold up. You know what I'm saying? That you can still watch. And they kind of, they fade away a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So in certain respects, I go, thank God for Tyler Perry, who's keeping that type of.
Yeah, to his credit, you're right.
Alive, you know what I'm saying? He's keeping folks employed, and he's keeping folks, and I say that because I have a movie coming out where it's a Tyler Perry parody, and I'm like, please, Tyler, it wasn't my idea. I didn't write it.
Tyler.
Don't be mad at me. Be mad at Johnny Mac, the writer and director of it. but to his credit, Tyler is. He's not too much older than us.
Sure, yeah.
And so he has the same tastes that we had growing up, from the same environments. So
Cosby Show, different world.
Exactly. And he's like, that's great. Let's keep doing that. In a world where things are ever changing, he's like, there's a certain group of people that need entertainment too.
There are a lot of us.
There are a lot of us.
Hello, we have kids now.
Can we please entertain?
Yeah.
And so, but if we can keep making more movies like that, that'd be great.
It's like classic hip hop. We find ourselves really gravitating towards. I'm still listening to Tribe.
Yeah.
And albums like that I think still are timeless.
Yeah.
But the stuff that Henny's listening to, I'm like, man, what is that shit?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to his, but in his world, he can identify with the beat, the sound, and he knows what they're talking about. But it's just an ignorance to it. I think it's prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And we are. There's old men.
But we old school. And that's another thing.
And I'm fine with that, bro.
Come on, man.
We got the grades.
These are all receipts of a job well done.
Yes.
At something.
Yes.
What that is, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Every strand earned, for sure.
So we are hopefully in the dog days of the strike. It's going to end.
Yes.
Are you like? Is there a word like it's going to end by this time? That's one. And the second question is, how have you been passing your time during this time?
Well, I keep hearing different things.
We all do.
Rumored things. It's going to end this. There's a movie I'm supposed to be shooting that has to get pushed till next year, but it doesn't mean we can't. It doesn't mean the strike's not going to end until next year.
Right.
I literally keep hearing any day now.
Wow.
What's the
news
writers?
every morning.
Yeah.
The writers got the deal done.
Yeah, they got their deal done, and we thought, oh, this would be soon after.
That was my next question. Why was it not?
I don't know. There's so many. It's so layered, and there's so many. So many deal points, right?
Right.
And then there are some that are easier to move the needle for than others, and then there's some where we as actors we just won't take less than what exactly is what we're asking. Because for so long we were. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like I'm not sure if the AI point was. I think the AI point passed. I think, but I'm not. But even the idea that you could scan an actor.
That is insane.
And especially a background actor, they don't get paid a lot of money. But some of them, they do enough jobs to take care of themselves, and that's the way they make their living.
That's right.
You want to scan an actor, pay them a day fee, and then never pay them again.
Use them in
never
perpetuity.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And keep using that same person.
That's crazy.
I'm like
That's
crazy.
criminal.
But like in what stratosphere does that make sense?
None. It's silly.
It's like,
None.
how does this make sense?
It's like if there's one thing I have ownership over, it's
me.
Me.
like,
Me.
Hold on.
Yeah, like being John Malkovich when he was like, "You're being me."
Yeah.
Like he was mad. Like, why are you so mad? Like, bro, because you're being me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be over soon.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But to pass the time, honestly, it's giving me more time with my daughter.
Amen to that.
Incredible. Yeah.
Amen to that.
She's 3, very impressionable. Right. I like her to be around me as much as I can.
That's cool.
And she's on her way to be dealing with the same things we're dealing with now because I feel like she's going to be an actor.
She's gonna be in the game.
Oh wow.
My gosh.
You can see it already.
I can see it. She's a performer.
Do you encourage that?
I do encourage it. It's hard because, when I was growing up, my mom encouraged it, but she didn't because there's a line between being funny or clever or creative or just being rude or
That's right. It's fine.
you know what I mean? Like,
There is a line.
yeah.
It's
And
a
when you're a
fine
kid,
line.
you don't know the line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're navigating it.
That's
you don't
true.
know nuances of life and
true.
what
Right.
different inflections of my tone means.
Yeah.
Because like on one hand, me and Lily are wrestling and playing. I'm like, Lily, chill, like stop. And she jumps up, I'm like, Lily, chill, stop. And then there are times where I'm like, Lily will do something aggressive. I go, Lily, stop.
Right.
Like you gotta stop.
But she was like, but earlier you said
We
it
were
was
wrestling,
cool.
yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
oh no, this is a different stop.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you gotta like break it down to her
Yeah.
why she can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so I'm able now to spend a lot more time with her. I mean, we co-parent as it is, 50-50. So it's like, and then she'll spend summers with me in Chicago. So
That's cool.
we get a lot of time together, which is great. But now during this time, I should have been promoting a TV show that I have coming out, and I should have been gone. Like I should have been in New York. I should have been over here. But I'm here.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like,
got the house.
yeah, with the house.
Mr. Monk. Yeah.
Pick you up at 3:15
Exactly.
That's what-
exactly.
from West Hollywood.
Yeah. Northridge.
Right.
No, that's dope.
Understood. So, my brother, you've seen the podcast. You know that we make sharp turns,
Yes.
very sharp turns.
We pivot. We pivot.
It's a pivot. There is a problem that is happening throughout America, happening at supermarkets in the inner city.
Erectile dysfunction. You suffer from erectile dysfunction. Even at the supermarket. No,
Brother. There is a bonnet and wave cap pandemic
It's
happening
a concern right now.
that has to stop. You being from the comedic side of things, because this is a real topic we talk about.
Yeah.
When you see wave caps and bonnets and pajama sweatpants at the airport or at the Ralph's or the Trader Joe's, how do you feel about that, my brother?
Traders.
You said not the traders. You said not the traders.
No, we get really close to the traders. That's a more eclectic grocery store. We gotta keep that at Ralph's.
What are your thoughts?
I could tell you this. The effect of it, they're going to be fly. They're going to have waves. They're going to have hair wherever they're going. So to that person, the airport ain't the destination. So they're like, I got to look good once I get to New York or once I get to, I don't know where they're going. But
Lamorne, what about your pride? What about your dignity?
Some people like to walk around looking rough.
So you co-sign it.
Here's the thing.
Sound like a soft cosign.
It sounds like a co-sign, Jonathan.
Because here's the thing. Because back in the day, people used to wear do-rags all the time out in public. It's just not fashionable now. And not everybody has, because if everybody had the fashion sense that y'all had, then y'all wouldn't be y'all, because everybody be doing it. Y'all are leaders.
Well,
But
listen,
thought
so
leaders.
hold on 1 second before you say anything. Are you guilty of wearing a do-rag to the airport?
No.
Okay, all right.
Hell no.
Just making sure. You so I have to partition myself from you as I ask this question.
No, I don't need security. Stop.
Okay.
The problem is the biggest offenders don't have wave patterns.
They don't.
Right.
So you're rocking a wave cap with no thought of getting waves. It's not going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's more stylistic, and it's not really getting it done.
Wow.
If I take your cap off, there's no waves.
That's
And my
true.
waves were strong back in the 90s. Xavier McDaniels.
Oh my
All right,
God.
so all right, so the wave cap is one thing, but the bonnet though.
Oh, that's
and the reason why I bring this up, my wife is from St. Louis. Her family lives in the county, and this is the first place I started to see bonnets out, like at 11:15 on a Tuesday. And it's pajama pants. It's like, this is before COVID. When COVID happened, it ushered in a whole new level of lazy.
Yeah. I would say so.
And I'm just like, why though?
Well, is it laziness or is it an addiction to comfort?
Ooh.
Because it used to be a time where comfort was reserved for your couch or your bed.
And that's where it should stay. Those looks.
Well, some people, listen, it's not for me necessarily,
Yeah.
but I always, if I'm traveling, I go as comfortable as I can.
Right.
I don't look bummy. I definitely wear nice things, but when I'm sitting on the plane, I need sweatpants on. It could be loose. I need a hoodie. Sometimes I get a little chilly on the plane, so I put a hoodie on, my sunglasses.
absolutely.
And you still look fly, but
still
you're
looking
definitely
fly.
But it's all
comfortable.
presentable though.
Right.
Yeah, but
Now,
it's
here's
fly,
the
though.
thing with the bonnets. That if you lay your head back on the plane, the texture of the seat back will mess up a person's hair.
Yeah.
And I know this now with, I got a black mama, you know what I'm saying? She always wore the scarf or the thing, she don't want to mess the back of her hair up.
Yeah.
My daughter, when she goes to bed, like my sister had to tell me, get a silk pillowcase for her pillow because
absolutely.
her hair won't get as knotted up in the morning.
Oh, good.
So when you're traveling, they might be like, I need the bonnet on, and I don't care what these people on this commuter plane think.
Clearly.
Because when I get to Daytona Beach for Freaknik, is that I don't know. When I get to where I'm going, I'm gonna look fly.
I'm gonna be fly
I'll be
on
fly.
these.
Because ain't nobody gonna remember what they saw you at the airport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you were a real big star or somebody like you. You know what I'm saying? You one of these mega stars. You Kevin Hart walking down the airport. Everybody knows Kevin Hart, and if he looking rough, then I get it.
Right.
But if you just Johnny McFly from around the corner, you know what I'm saying? Anybody gonna remember? Oh, I saw a dude with a bonnet on. Okay, do-rag. Okay, they might care. When he get to the scene, he gonna look crispy.
He gonna look crispy. Now, what about you wearing the do-rag when you're like on the bench? Carmelo wore do-rag, and Carmelo, I love you, brother. Carmelo had a do-rag on the bench.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he played for the Lakers. He sure did. Had it knotted on the side.
Did he?
Had it knotted on the side.
Listen,
Yeah, bruh.
some people you can't take
Can't take
you
that.
can take the do-rag off
He's
the
from
nigga,
Baltimore.
but you can't take the do-rag out of the nigga.
Deep-seated.
Their do-rag is in here.
Deep-seated.
Oh,
So, as we wrap this up, what I want to know from you is, if you could talk to the younger version of you and tell them 3 things, what would it be?
There's going to be a little bit of advice from different segments of life. One, financially. I would tell younger me, life is like this.
Yeah.
You don't have it,
Cycles.
you're not going to have it. Don't stress when you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I went through some shit when I first
Right.
got to LA.
Right.
And I was
Yeah.
like, my God, I'm broke. Like,
Yeah.
mentally, I was like, what but I didn't realize that when you have earning power, don't let the finances get to you. And that's easy to say now that I'm in a position.
Well said.
But
Yeah.
I knew the capability was within me.
It was there. Sure.
So the only thing that stopped me from getting it is me. Only thing. No other person is stopping me. There's no middleman. There is no gatekeeper. There is me, and there is the thing that I want to put my hand on. I just got to go do it.
Yeah.
And it's going to take some steps, but I got to follow. I got to do it. So I didn't realize that until I was going through the process, and I was forced to take the steps. And then I took the steps, and I was like, oh, we good.
I got this.
So that's one. Forgiveness is definitely something I would tell the younger self. Again, one of my biggest regrets is not not putting my foot forward to go and see my father before he passed.
Before he passed.
You know what I mean? So that hits me all often. Like it hits me in ways. I'll just be like literally, it feels like a brick just hit you, and I just go, fuck, I should have.
Yeah.
Fuck, you can't reverse time. Like shit, I wish I just forgave and you know, because that's not just with my dad. That's with everybody. People do you wrong, and we live in a society now where we're very dismissive of people.
Big time.
You know, somebody did something harmful to you. Yes, there should be a place for that person. It should not be around you. Yes, but at the same time, when you harbor resentment or negative energy, that eats at you.
Yeah, it does.
You know, because I think deep down, most human beings are all just good people, and when you're harvesting hate of some sort, you don't realize that it's affecting the way you treat people, and you got to eliminate that. So, you know, forgiveness is definitely something that I would, you know, talk to my younger self about.
Wow. And the final thing.
The final thing is you are big enough. No matter what your 14-year-old girlfriend said at the time, but she was like, it's not that it's small. It's more so that it's like not complete for.
Cialis
sponsorship. You, younger Lamorne.
Oh
my God. You are a monster in the pants. You, Lamorne. That's a 14-year-old boy. You are.
You will reach your glory soon.
You will hit the bottom of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That is incredible.
Oh my God.
That's incredible.
That's it for me. If you ask a question,
well, shit, how do you follow that? But what's funny about that, everybody had that thought. As a young cat, like, you feeling this though?
This for you, baby? This for you? Is it your pick?
Am I cool though?
Yeah, is this cool?
Oh my God.
Can we do this again?
Yes, Lord. That was a blessing. Yeah. Thank you for that.
I'll tell you, we are always, we love getting together. We are honored that you came by and spent some time with us, man. Big fan of what you're doing. We will follow the journey for sure. Yeah, this is dope. That's a cool cat. The Belizean love, this is my guy right now. It's a different kind of connection now.
Yeah.
And you guys as well, man. You guys as well. Keep crushing it. You know what I'm saying? This podcast is going to, please have me back on whenever you need.
Please come back.
Yes.
This is great, man. This is great. Love the conversation.
Absolutely.
Love the conversation. LeBron's the greatest player of all time. I'm glad you all agree.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, listen, that's a real argument, but year by year, he's claiming that crown for sure.
Yeah. He calls himself the king for a reason.
King James.
What you were saying?
Yeah, no, I was gonna just keep reiterating the fact that he's the greatest.
Okay. No problem.
No, tune in, LeBron. Come on.
No problem.
I just need tickets until he gives me tickets. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep being a fan from a distance.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Tickets, nigga. I've been having your back for 2 decades. Tickets. Sure, I can buy them myself, but
why should I have to?
Great coming from you.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be amazing. So this has been another episode of the Den of Thinking Men, shot by CaliiVision, powered by Revolt. I say this at the end of every episode: be kind to yourself because you're always listening.
That's right.
Till next time, peace.
Yo, to the nukes.